If only commercials were honest, there would be no need of reviews. But unfortunately, they are not. Hence, YouTube is overflowing with review videos. We check out reviews for acquiring knowledge, eliminating confusion, and also to begin relationship with objects. Hello and welcome back to my channel, good people. Hope you're doing well. With that said, I have completed my 1 year with this watch, a Pagani Design 1627M. I reviewed on this channel when I bought it, and now on its first anniversary I have received some questions about how has been my journey with this so far. So I decided to put up a little video sharing my wisdom with you, and perhaps few watchers who are still sitting on fence with a go or a no-go decision will find the required push on either side depending upon how they find the answers to be. Yes, I still own this watch. It's part of my collection and I'm not letting it go until perhaps I get a real Breitling watch or maybe get too bored of this one. It has been there with me over an year now and it's still going strong. It has been my go-to watch when I need something tough but not in a mood of a G-Shock. I have taken it to sports and it hasn't let me down yet. One question, and that is being asked to me time and again, is about choosing one out of Polaris or Pagani Design watch. Well, Polaris is a pretty well-known company for making cheap homage watches and they have been around for some time now. Their watches looks good and it does keep the proportion of the original. But yes, Pagani Design watches looks better, has better build quality, has nicer looking glass and a brand name that sounds more upscale than it actually is. I have owned both in different price brackets, and while both offers more value than you pay for, but in my humble opinion, PD is better than Polaris. This watch has aged well, or if I may say, it hasn't aged at all except its strap. Its PVD coating is tough as nails, doesn't get scratched easily, and hasn't come off from anywhere. Though I did manage to knock off its loom pip and give it a personal touch, separating it from the normal rest. Breitling watches are unique and attractive, so are the design of its lookalikes. While Breitling watches cater to people with big wrists and big wallets, this Pagani design can be interesting for people who appreciate Breitling watch but value dollars even more. Buy it for fun, frolics or face value, its appeal will last more days than the amount of dollar bills you will spend on it. There was a time when for a Chinese watch, running for a whole year itself is a no less feat, let alone running well and accurate. But the new generation of Chinese companies like Polaris, Pagani Design, Corsair have instilled enough confidence in their users. Their expectation from a Chinese watch is not a far cry now. Some watches does ask me about my views on purchasing Chinese watch with complications. Well, in my humble opinion, you should stick to minimal or no complications in this case. Reason being, the more complexity you will add to movements, the more will be the moving parts, and more will be the probability of malfunctioning of low quality tested parts, which can ultimately result in a dysfunctional watch. So refrain yourself from complexity. Just keep it simple, baby. As someone has rightly said, there can be no failure. You either win or learn. So I have told you all the winning points of this watch. Now it's time for some learnings. So the first thing I learned was that it's not always a good idea to have a very heavy watch. And you may appreciate the fact that you have a big watch in just few scenarios. Like for example, when you want to experience the very satisfying feeling of unburdening your wrist after a long weary day, or perhaps when you run into a bar fight and you have no weapon on you. I'm not supporting violence, but this watch is thick and heavy enough to pass in as a kid hammer. My verdict: buy this for the love of Breitling, for the love of being different, for the love of military rugged looks, and for the love of big watches. And don't buy this if you have petite wrists, if heavy watches makes you weary, and definitely don't buy it if you lives in a desert, as it will make your wrists sweaty like hell And last but not the least, of course, don't buy it if you can afford the real one and can brave the dent it will make in your pocket. Thank you watchers, take care, stay safe, and see you in the next video.